to join us on a Wednesday, and we do a live call. As I mentioned, Verizon do specialise in mobile applications brought to your mobile phone. And again, we have an existing Visa card, but you'll hear more information today about how that's transitioning into a new card, a Verizon Debit MasterCard. And you'll get an update on that today. The other sort of big area that Verizon do get involved in is property development. And again, with the common theme of community, we have 3 special projects that really empower people that will own these homes, people that will use the homes, and actually it'll be actually stimulating the economy, especially in Africa, because they all are based around Africa, but we have plans to hit Europe and the Caribbean as well. And again, there are details about individual projects, and we'll share that as we go through. I'm taking my time to have a sort of an extended welcome, just to break down what Verizon are doing. But at this point, I'll welcome my co-host, Steph B, to say a few words. How are you, Steph, in sunny St. Lucia?
I'm cool. I just want to welcome everyone to the Zoom this evening, tonight, this afternoon, or wherever you are in the world. It's not so sunny today, but it's lovely because it's cooler. It's been raining on and off most of the day. I managed to get back from my walk just in time before it started to rain really heavy. But yeah, as Mo was saying, we're all here going down the same road with each other. So, a good, strong team making headways. And there's a lot of information to actually impart, share, and actually take in. So I think, it's really kind of distracting me because I have to work in the background today. I don't know what's going on with my
your video.
Video.
Not to worry, we can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Not to worry.
You might have to switch me on and off again, Mev.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just a case of actually just sitting back, relaxing, trying to absorb all the information you're hearing and, will be hearing for the duration of the meeting. And for those of you who you're familiar with our Thursday sessions, leave your how-to and your technical questions to then, because then it will give everyone else a chance to maybe ask other detailed questions, like the now questions about what's going on now and so on. So, if you leave all that to tomorrow, but just make a note of it so that it's like a reminder. And then, we'll just take it from there. I'll hand back to you now, Merv.
Oh, thank you, Steph. Yeah, I second that. No matter how tempting it can be, there's many questions. Actually, this week I had a lot of questions about the buying process for the Verizon Infinity token, which is really it's really a game changer. So if that's a new phrase to you, Verizon Infinity token, I will play a video in just a few seconds on that to get your head around this powerful asset, basically. But I'll let the video do its part, and then I can follow up afterwards. So guys, today, as I mentioned, Verizon do cover set topics. So when they come on board in a second, they'll cover the new and old program, and how we transition from the old one to the new one, because there's a process for that. I'm actually going through it myself. They'll also speak about the Infinity tokens, very much a very hot topic. So we'll cover that in a bit of detail. The third item on the list is, it says one-time program update. So again, if you're new, as I mentioned, one of Verizon products is a community profit sharing program. It's really powerful that really you have a banking entity that are geared up to help communities directly. If you know of a community of any shape or form, reach out to us. Steph's upside down, but she'll put the customer services email in the chat. If you know of a community or part of a community that needs funding, reach out to us. We can help you understand how that works. But again, go to the VerizonLTD.com site and you'll understand better how that works. But there's an item on today's agenda which says one times program update. One particular community have come to Horizon's attention, and they've been targeted to be helped. Basically, that community want to help be funded, so there'll be an update on that program, the one times program update. So those of you that are involved in one times update, you'll be familiar with that. So there'll be hopefully an update there today when our speakers do join us. Our speakers are the CEO and COO of Horizon, who are here each and every week. But I want to give you some brief background on their current movements, literally. We kicked off a project in the Gambia, in West Africa, a number of months ago. And then the Horizon owners, they chose to reside in that country to really spearhead it and be, up front and center and on ground in the country to oversee everything that's going on. Arena Views is the property program that will be kicked off in that country. So we're set to kick that off at the end of October. So one of the Horizon owners, Amanda Joseph and John Bennett, went to Gambia. They've done a lot. Now, when I say they've done a lot, they landed in Gambia February the 7th, and it's more or less March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So they've been there 8 months, literally. And really what they've done is they've created key links, made land purchases to deliver projects that will actually create a 20,000 capacity concert arena in sunny Gambia, build apartments that will surround that concert arena, really kicking off and sustaining the sort of tourism industry in the Gambia. And also they'll be building villas as well. In fact, it's actually come to a point where you can call it arena town. There's so much infrastructure planned to be built around there. So what I mean by that is you can't just independently build houses, apartments, villas, and a concert arena. When I mention infrastructure, I'm talking about the roads and the services that people maybe in the Western world are used to, like doctors and shops and stores. So there's a plan of action to deliver that project, and the building will be starting at the end of this month. I say that because John and Amanda left probably around 4 weeks ago. They left the Gambia to follow up their links with some Ghana representatives, namely the King in Ghana. I suppose King is maybe the wrong term, but because obviously Ghana has a president in place. But essentially they've gone to Ghana to do some land deals. But let me do it in sequential order. They left the Gambia to go and establish all their business operations in Dubai. And basically for tax efficiency, it was better that they made that move. So through lots of checks and their own due diligence and their conversations with obviously supporting people and staff, that decision was made. So they went to Dubai, and in Dubai they formed the Horizon Group. So Horizon Group is really the sort of the pinnacle of an umbrella. If you can picture an umbrella, so Horizon Group sits up top, and beneath the umbrella of Horizon Group will sit all the companies that nest into the Horizon Group as a corporation head. So the companies like Arena Views, Ebony Villas, Elixir Heights, and those are the 3 independent property development companies that they have. Again, they have other companies, but just give you an example. So they went to Dubai, did their business. We met our key technology partner. Sorry, I said we, Horizon, Mr. Stephen Foster, who should be on a call today as part of our update. And he's been able to help them align and create that Horizon Group, which was done successfully. So a very successful trip to Dubai. Leaving Dubai, they went on to Ghana, as I mentioned, to really secure and have a first view of Ghana. It was their first time there, as far as I understand. And a very, very powerful trip was had. And again, it was successful. And the details I'll leave to Amanda and John when they join the call. They left Ghana yesterday after a very, very important meeting And in all honesty, they've been traveling for the last 24 hours. They could have simply called off this meeting, but true to form, they've arrived in the UK, and they should be joining us in a few minutes, I would say, to give us a live update. And now they're in the UK, so it's great that they're arrived safely in the UK after their round trip. They're in the UK for around 3 weeks. They're due to fly back to the Gambia on October the 30th, at which more work will kick off in the Gambia, in a place called Sifo, where the Reviews complex will start to form. Again, land has been cleared for the whole complex. And yeah, property development will start. It'll kick off with a show home, and the concert arena will be sort of formed with the stage, etc., and supporting functions like an office, a marketing eatery, catering centre. So let me tell you guys, these guys are busy. People that have great ideas, but they really back up with action. And it's so great because, again, what's unique about Mirise and the owners, they come and deliver this information to us live. I think, again, they could have put off today and just rested, having travelled for the last 24 hours. I recommend they sleep, but they want to join us today just to give us an overview and live update as to what they're doing. So hopefully today's meeting will be concise and punchy, give you a live update on where they are. And then we'll obviously hand over and give Stephen a slot to update us on some of the technology and software applications that we're launching, especially around the tokens and the Mirise Card platform as well. So if you're new to the call, I promise you, you'll get a lot of information. So I want you to relax in the fact that you can take notes. There'll be a Q&A that will follow the presentations and the updates. Steph and I, as Steph mentioned, we do a call tomorrow, so we can cover information there. But guys, the worst case scenario, you can come back next week. You can come back next week in a week's time to get another update. So really, we have a system in place to really keep people informed via email and newsletters, live update meetings weekly, as we move forward and deliver these services and products to people like yourselves on the call. So I'm just checking. I'll just do a quick check to see if Mirise are here. They're not here at the moment. What I will do is I do want to wait for them. But what I'll do is the third item on the list, I'm going to play a video. It's on the Mirise Infinity token. So I'll play this video at this point in time, and I'll come back after that. So Steph, if you can just confirm I'm sharing, I'll do the video now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Steph. Enjoy.
Our Mirise Infinity token connects tokenization with real-world assets and is specifically designed to increase in utility value by 10% every month, which will support our ecosystem and the many tokenized housing developments that we are currently engaged with within the Gambia and soon to be across the world. These housing developments will consist of modern holiday homes, residential homes, and investment properties for rent and for sale, with up to 70% discount for Infinity token holders, together with various retail stores, business hubs, eateries, and entertainment facilities for everyone to enjoy. Our online global Infinity marketplace will also be available for token holders to purchase a variety of new and used products at discount prices, or for businesses to advertise their services, which will help to secure our ongoing utility and liquidity way into the future. Verizon offers regulated and trusted financial payment solutions to our customers worldwide, which includes the Verizon MasterCard, Verizon Pay Merchant Services, and Verizon X Crypto Exchange, in addition to sponsoring various property development companies like Arena Views, Ebony Villas, and Elixir Heights that are currently building homes across Africa and beyond. All Infinity token holders will have full access to our entire ecosystem and can even use their tokens today to purchase a fabulous off-plan investment villa or apartment in the Gambia through arenaviews.com, saving them tens of thousands on the purchase price. Or, if they prefer, they can simply sit back, relax, and enjoy the benefits of the 10% utility value increase every month for years to come. So purchase your Infinity tokens today at horizonx.com because our pre-sale prices will soon be gone. Horizon Infinity tokens. The only way is up, up, up.
Okay, let me stop sharing. So just let me know if Horizon enter the room.
Will do.
Okay, brilliant. So guys, that video obviously explained the Infinity token that Horizon are releasing, and essentially it's very much aligned to the Arena Views program, which is based in the Gambia, and you've got to liken it like a currency for a particular town. You saw it talk about a marketplace where you could buy and sell items, a bit like an in-house eBay, and you can transact around that whole community. How you can actually buy a discounted villa by using tokens. So again, the site is for non-UK residents. If you go to horizonx.com, you'll have a lot of information about the token. But key points to mention are that the utility token is set to increase by 10% per month. So what that means is once you have those tokens and they're planted on the platform, the utility increase is 10% per month. So it's a very, very powerful asset to use in a multitude of ways. So we'll give you the site address, and a link to the video is on there as well, where you can do some review. What I would say though is the platform is due to launch on October the 15th, which is next Wednesday. So really look at it now to get yourself positioned to, capitalize on a basically an asset that will increase in utility value by 10% every single month. Yeah, very, very, very powerful. So do look at that. Let me just double check something. I'm just going to share the site.
I'm already typing in the details now.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, Steph, I'm just going to share the site while we wait for our main speakers. So let me just share my screen just quickly. And Steph, you can confirm you see my screen okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, guys. So this is a site for non-UK residents. What that means is if you reside outside the UK, this would be your entry point. Okay, so horizonx.com. And the site for the UK, and I'll put in, Steph will put it in chat for me, is avmembership.com. Why are there two sites? Well, there's different compliance that applies to different jurisdictions. So really, if you're in the UK, there's a route to purchasing tokens via memberships. But if you reside outside the UK, you go to horizonx.com and you'll come to this site, and you're buying tokens just like buying something off Amazon. But before you do look at the information. Okay, it gives you a video here, the one I just shared with everybody today, and then it gives you some background as to what it can do for you, why it was built, and all the compliance and regulation that's around it as well, and how it all works. Okay, which is very, very important for people that are new to tokens and the whole tokenization world. There's actually a white paper. Okay, which you can go through as well in your own time, which is here at this point. Yeah, you can download it. I downloaded it, I printed it off. I review it every now and then, but it gives me the information I want to make a decision about buying tokens. It goes through details on what's available right now in this pre-sale period, and then beyond that.
Going to interrupt you, Merv. Horizon are on. Horizon are on.
Okay.
Yes.
Brilliant.
We are. I didn't want to interrupt Mervs. He was going a nice run there.
No worries. Let me stop and just allow Steph to give you that introduction.
Excellent.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Steph.
Hey, great to see you guys. Welcome to the next stage, the next phase, the next level. Wow. What can I say about you two? I mean, talk about travelers in different time zones, and you're still on your feet and you're still hitting the ground running. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep you any longer.
Thank you.
I'd like to
Thanks for
introduce to
joining.
you two amazing power people, and together they come under the umbrella of Horizon, and it's Amanda Joseph and John Bennett. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
joining,
Sarah.
guys.
Thank you, Zones Cadet.
Thank you,
No
guys, for
problem. No problem.
support while we were still traveling. We just arrived in the UK.
Literally
and
just, yeah.
literally just arrived, and we've just literally dumped our suitcases down, and we're speaking to you guys. So we arrived safely, which is cool.
Well, a screaming
So-
child on the last part of the plane, but we're
John was
still there.
not-
I
he
thought
was
I'd
not
get
happy.
an hour nap, but I didn't manage to get an hour nap. So I'm fine though.
He was not-
To keep you guys awake.
That's it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
That's
yes,
what it
yes.
was.
It was a grueling day yesterday, our last day in Ghana. We went to visit one of the Paramount Kings, the King of Asin Manso.
Hold on 1 second before you say that. Sorry, guys. Everyone on this call, thank you ever so much for attending today.
We do.
Everyone that's new as well, especially you guys as well. Please do stay tuned. Yeah, I know there's a lot of nonsense going on. Different programs are going on all over the place that people kind of get involved with and they collapse and so forth. Guys, that's not where you're at here now. We're doers. Yeah, we don't mess around here. Yes, as companies, you'll get your natural delays here and there, but that's all they will ever be. It will always be on the road of doing what we say we're going to do. So thank you ever so much for the ones who are always on here regularly. And obviously those new, yeah, I appreciate it. I'm John Bennett, CEO of Horizon Limited.
And I'm Amanda Joseph, the CEO of Horizon Limited, and we welcome you all.
So she wears the trousers.
Yeah, I wear the trousers and the jacket and the tie sometimes. But yeah, no, it's really cool. No, we're a team, we work together. It's just for the sake of paying for one, how we've got those titles, but it's a joint effort, 100%.
And I see you, Jax. Thank you. Thumbs up to you.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thanks for all the love. We really do appreciate it. It's been an absolute whirlwind
Yeah.
the last few weeks.
So you was telling that yesterday, wasn't you?
Oh, yeah. So yesterday, our last day in Ghana, we set off on the road at 5:30 in the morning, and we had to go and visit the Paramount King in Asin. So
That sounds really grandiose. That's the Paramount King.
Yes, yes.
It's got a ring to it, doesn't it?
So we went to do that.
What it means that all the other kings in the area, yeah, he's the king of those
all
kings,
of these,
basically.
King of Kings.
Yeah.
And so we went to meet him yesterday to give him the proposal for our projects, Elixir Heights, Ebony Villas, and they absolutely loved it. Yeah, we were presented with gifts. We presented them with gifts. It was a whole full-on ceremony. We'll post some pictures up in the group.
Yeah. So I mean, he wants to give us anything between 50 and 100 acres of land. This is all free land, guys, as we said we would do. I think it's better to go out and partner with someone rather than just trying to always just buy your own land. I think it's good to buy your own land, but if you get the right partnership with the right people as well, that has many more benefits because you get in a hold of all their contacts as well, you know, so things move a lot faster, and it does particularly what we want it to do. It keeps the land of Africa in Africans' hands. It's their ancestral lands. I don't really want to buy things from them. I'd rather collaborate with them. Obviously, with an ironclad contract, yeah, we don't play about with that, yeah. So don't think that we're novices in that field. We know what we're doing legally.
The contracts will be done in a way where we have a solicitor put all the clauses in, build up the contract for us, and then you take the contract to court, and then you let a judge preside over it and say, yes, if anything was to happen, this will be permissible, and you will be able to win based upon these points. So that's how far we're going. We're going to get the contract overlooked by a judge, just to make sure. So yeah, lots to go on, but yeah, it was an amazing journey yesterday. We were in a vehicle from 5:30 in the morning till about just before midnight.
Yes.
Yeah, it was long. Ghana is huge.
We started at what, 5 a.m.
5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and we didn't get back till
just before midnight.
Yeah, That's right.
Yeah,
We
literally.
did stop to get something to eat quickly.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? But that was
Yeah,
about it.
but that was right just before. That was about 11 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something to 11. So
So as you can imagine,
long day.
my mind's a little bit like mush, but we're here to give you a general update anyway.
Yes.
And
yes.
so yes, we have secured the land with the Pararat King, but also, and like I said, that's between 50 and 100 acres of what we want. He asked us what we want. I said I'd like to start on 10 acres, basically, to get the small, obviously, development going and obviously expand as we go along. We chose a nice piece of land by the river. I don't know if we can share any photos.
I haven't got them
Yeah.
on here.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, we went to.
Have you got the one with the pictures with the king?
No, nothing's on here yet. It's on my own phone. I can transfer it.
Okay, we'll probably transfer a bit later. And sorry, before I go on too long as well, is Steve on the call?
Stephen's on the call.
He's on
so,
the call.
yeah,
Okay, so what I do, I'll finish off that part
That's
then
right,
after, because I know
yeah.
Stephen has much time. Okay.
So before we go on about our trip to Ghana and all the fantastic stuff and our trip to Dubai and all the rest of that, we're just going to introduce Mr. Stephen Foster from TFSF. Nice little tongue twister there for you. So he's been waiting. So thank you, Stephen. Stephen's just going to give you a little rundown on the old card program and you moving your funds. And he's also going to give you a little rundown on the new card program and where we're at with that. So Stephen Foster, lovely
Hello.
to see you. Hi, Stephen.
You have to see that Brazilian tan still
That's
there.
the one.
You guys are on my plane schedule, it appears to be.
Ah,
Yes,
yes.
crazy.
I like it.
crazy.
I like it. It's good for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. It is. It's very invigorating.
Yeah, no one says that ever.
Well, do you know what? When we got to Heathrow tonight, it was literally a case of we didn't speak to anybody. It was just all biometrics and straight out the door to
I love it.
which was nice. So it was
Love it.
great.
The parts I hate is when you come to a plane and you're getting your connecting flight, and then you've just gone through security to get onto that plane, and then you come off that plane to get your connecting flight. Then you go through the whole security again. It's like, what was I supposed to do when I was on the plane? Did you think a bird came and flew up and dropped some drugs in the plane or something? I mean, what was there to do on a plane that I didn't have? Oh, it's just.
Yeah, they actually just removed that law in the US last month. So now when
okay.
you connect, it's over. But the rest of
Yeah.
the world, no.
Wow.
I've never understood that theory.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Unless you've got a dodgy steward or something, that's the only thing I can see
Yeah.
that could cause a security breach there, and that's
Right.
probably very highly unlikely. But anyway,
Maybe Amazon have got pigeons and they deliver cocaine or something. Who knows? I don't know.
anyway, over to you, Stephen.
All good. So just a few little pieces, and then we can dive into some heavier stuff. So the email we sent out last week relating to the old card program, something 33,900 or something it went out to. There was an issue with that. So when we're dealing with the old card provider, there's a reason why that word old is in front of them. Obviously there was a lot of issues, and I'm glad somebody laughed. It's a painful laugh, but a lot of issues with them, and it's still ongoing, obviously. So when we sent out that email, we had used a back channel to be able to try and get everybody logged back in without having to go through KYC again. That did not work. So we sent out another email 2 days ago to everybody, for everybody to go back in to the new link and register again. And that's working. So what you're doing is you're registering again, you're going through KYC, and then within 24 hours, they are linking your old account with your new account. So if you register today, roughly about 24 hours, I always want to say within 24 hours, or maybe a little longer because that's who we're dealing with. You might run into that scenario, but people that registered on that first day, I think there was about 50 to 100 people that actually replied back, because they're replying back to us directly. That they got in. So they passed their KYC, and then Volt is connecting them. They've already connected everybody from the first day. So everybody from yesterday will be connected tomorrow, and so on and so forth. So that's working. Balances are showing up for the new accounts.
I think it's just important to say as well that when we relate to Volt, which obviously the partner back with now that we're about to move from, basically, they did have an issue with, Naveo, which is a company they were actually dealing with for the card programs that they had. So they had a lot to bear, when that
Right.
company bowed out of the market. So, kind of feel it for them still. But at the end of the day, we've got to keep things moving in our community. So I think the change is definitely good and wise. So
It
yeah,
is.
I just
And it's one of the things too to mention, John, when you're dealing with these types of programs, there's always a failure point. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who it is, any company, any bank, there's always going to be a choke point in some sort of vertical. And when that choke point happens to be cut off, like you just mentioned, it disrupts everything.
yeah,
So, and it really is how a company handles that disruption is really what makes the difference.
that's
So,
right.
and what we've seen here is we've had to jump in, Amanda and John have had to jump in and really try and mitigate a lot of the damage because they really
Well,
didn't
yeah.
handle it so well.
Yeah,
So
well, it's
you
like
might
if you've got a
hear, but I'm
lifeguard on
not.
the beach and he's only good when there's no, no one in the water.
right. That's right, yeah.
What's the point of being there? You're supposed to be there when you're in the water. So I definitely get it in that respect. There's nothing else we could really do apart from obviously do this, and I think it's better, because obviously now we're separating the countries as well. So something goes down in one country won't affect another, and so forth.
right.
And obviously this comes with accounts as well, like your sort code, account numbers in the UK as well. So there's a lot more benefits moving this direction. But sometimes things, like I said, may take a delay, but it never ever stops moving, as all of you should know by now. So yeah.
That's right. And this methodology is working. We're watching it work in real time. So I'm happy with it. But one of the things here that's always interesting is if you go back and you look at their dashboard and their platform and everything that they have, and then look what you guys have now, it's always quite entertaining.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at least from a developer standpoint, and just the amount of technology that you guys have out there for your people, for all of your clients, for your communities, it's night and day.
Yeah.
So with that piece of it, moving into really what's next. So you guys were in the air, you didn't see it. So we're going through right now the massive amounts of files of data points for compliance. There's two things they pushed back on, and that was it. So it's waiting on you to take a look at when you guys rest. Once we're done with that, they'll allow us to go ahead and start integrating into the IBANs. And then once that's ready, they've just got to do a few other steps to verify, then they'll release the IBANs. There is one piece of tech to this that we were looking at doing because the existing Verizon app, the new one that has the cards and everything accounted for it, I think we have something else a little more special planned for it. We're going to actually isolate it out and have it be its own app. So what I mean by that is there's technology that's out right now. It's called PAW, and it allows us to be able to create applications with bypassing Android and Apple Store. If you remember way back when you could go into Safari, right? And you used to be able to save it to your phone's desktop, but it never worked. It was horrifying. Glitchy, buggy, everything. Well, thanks to AI, this got resolved, I don't know, about 8-9 months ago. It absolutely is phenomenal. And you get to bypass the App Store. It's mobile optimized. It's beautiful. You don't need permission. So when a user logs in, they just click the button and save it to their phone, and now they're in. Saves the password, the username, everything, and it's mobile optimized. It's absolutely beautiful.
Fantastic.
So
Love
what
it.
that does for you guys and for us is we can actually do what the banks want for compliance, not what Apple wants for compliance, not
Yes.
what Google wants for compliance. We do exactly by bank spec, which is bad in some cases, but it's not as bad as the Apple Store, not as bad as Google wants to fight back on certain items. So it allows us to really open up design elements, feature elements, and not have to worry about getting our hands spanked.
Yeah, but it takes
Beautiful.
that one more person in the middle, which is
Love it.
That's right. Which
Especially
we all know. We don't know who that individual is in their California seat somewhere
that's
picking at
right.
our app. So
Yeah.
it removes that out of the equation. And that's what I like about this, the autonomy that AI is really allowing us to have by removing some of these pain points. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's going to probably come out all by itself. We've been playing with that idea for a little while now. We think it's probably going to be the better fit than rolling out just the entire Verizon app and gating it, because I don't like that. It really is too cumbersome for me. But KYC, all that still stays relevant. All that data point still stays relevant. The data's secure. Nothing changes. It's just an easier approach and better for consumers.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
Excellent. It's just,
Love it. Thank you, Stephen.
just one more thing I want to touch on, Stephen, just before you go. I know obviously because you're building the actual token platform for us, that's obviously you're limited what you could, contribute in saying as, selling it. I know, that's obviously not what you could do, but I was just hoping you can give somebody a little bit of insight about what this platform can actually do and the importance of actually, joining this, and especially from our point of view anyway, getting those tokens, guys. There's no joking about here. You stock up on your tokens because the world is changing. Tokenization is changing everything. Yeah, I mean, you're right at the beginning that, as you all should know, no matter what, even if you've been on projects that you've lost before, that if you was on it first, you would have got paid before it collapsed, right? It's even with that knowledge, yeah, you should know that, coming early is the most important thing. And it's the pre-sale at the moment. So that's what we want to kind of get in. So I'll just let Stephen just touch on some of the things we're putting in the actual shopping, marketplace itself. If we want to call it that, the marketplace. Infinity.
So I'm actually going to pull this up here real quick so I don't misquote myself, because this has gotten to be an animal, to put it lightly. So one of the things that has occurred with this particular project is I've stayed deeply in touch with it. And when that happens, I have a lot of ideas. And they might not have been in the scope, but as we begin to go down that path, and this is why my guys hate having me attached to projects, because I always want more. And that's really what the genesis of this came from, right? So John and Amanda had the idea, the concept, and everything. We flushed it out. And as we've gone down this path, we have probably ripped the system apart and completely rebuilt it a couple times so it could be able to support what I wanted it to do on top of everything else that it was supposed to do. So the thing that John just mentioned, which is kind of interesting when we're looking at rug pulls and prior tokens and stuff like that, I see it all the time. I have, unfortunately, firsthand experience with it by working with clients that have seen, I've seen what it can do. I've seen the good and the bad and the ugly, all of it. So all of that has really come into play of how this token works, why it's controlled the way it is, the back-end engine, the ability for not one person to come in and just completely destroy it, completely come in and just rug pull and take everything that's there. It's impossible. Smart contract was designed for that. One of the reasons why the smart contract was designed for that is because this platform has our AI inside of it. So our AI, you can ask it any question and it will not deviate from the facts. So when you go into this dashboard next week and you sign up and you pass your KYC, I want you to go in and ask the AI about the smart contract. I want you to go in and ask it about the white paper. You're going to find out exactly what this does. So if there's any sort of, like Marvin I mentioned earlier, he reads the white paper, and that's great. I encourage that for every project. But if you don't want to read it and you just have questions about security and locks and unlock procedures, it's all in there. And the AI can help sort through all that data for you. The governance protocols that are in here. I know I'm going to start getting into some weird stuff here, but governance protocols means that Amanda and John, once there are users into the platform, they just can't go in and start making changes. Everything is dictated by the people that are inside of the program. If you have tokens, you get a say in it. You get a say in everything, get upvotes. And if you have the more tokens, you get more votes. That's how it all works on the backend user portal. Now, the fun stuff that's inside of here is you have complete discount system. So when we first started talking about this 70, 80 days ago, the way that it was designed was it was going to come out in phases to where it was initially just going to be the token system. You can go in, you can purchase your tokens, it locks, and then we're going to release different areas. No, all of it's being released at once. So what that means is you've got the loyalty system in there where you get all sorts of different points, rewards, everything built into it. As merchants start to add in, they can add their own incentives to it. Discount systems. So these communities that you guys are building, you have all these merchants that live inside of these communities. These merchants can now go in there and offer discounts. If you guys want to offer discounts on a property, on a furniture, on a painting, on carpentry, you can offer those discounts in exchange for tokens. That's been baked into it. If you guys want to move money from peer to peer, you guys can do that now. It's built into the system. So what Amanda and John were talking about was with sovereignty and all that. If you guys are trying to get to a place where eventually you're controlling the own kind of money sequence through this kind of channel, it's all there.
Yeah.
And it's not just for P2P, right? So Amanda and John and everybody on the admin side, there's super admins, there's power admins, everybody has a responsibility inside the system. So not one person can come in and do something malicious.
Exactly.
So you need more than one. There's fraud detection, surveillance, there's escrow monitoring. I mean, there is an insane amount of technology in here to be able to protect the consumers. So when you're getting into this type of stuff, especially peer-to-peer movements with tokens that are utility, it's important to have that kind of oversight. But more fun stuff, the event ticketing. So you guys have venues. You can put venues, events. You can sell tickets. You can do payments. You can do full analytics on everything that goes through the system. Marketplace. There's actually two marketplaces in here. One, Marvin, I mentioned earlier, it's an eBay platform. So anybody in the communities can sell anything they want. But the difference is you can sell it for USDT, you can sell it for Bitcoin, you can sell it for XRP. More importantly, you can sell it for your Infinity tokens. And you get to be able to say, okay, I want to be able to use my 10% for this purchase. It's really unique how we've been able to slice this up. And this is what's really kept me awake, because I've gone through all this so many times trying to figure out the best way. How would I do this? If I were to actually take this and be in Amanda and John's shoes, how would I want this to operate? And that's essentially what this is. So, and then you have the main area, what I was talking about for marketplace, it's the commerce area. And that really is your merchants. And that was going to be a big area we were going to roll out in like phase 3. No, it's there now. So merchants can come in, they register as a vendor, they can start selling their products directly inside the system. They can sell it for USDT, they can sell it for your token. Once it unlocks, they can sell it for any crypto. Each user, when they come in now, which is important, they get their Infinity token wallet already assigned to them. They also get an XRP wallet, they get a Bitcoin wallet, they get a TRX wallet, a USDT and a USDC automatically generated to their account. There's no weird stuff on. I have to figure out how to do this. It's auto generated. As soon as they pass their KYC, it pops into their account.
Beautiful.
So a few other little things that are inside of here, just as it comes for the liquidity side. Liquidity is handled, and this is where we talk about rug pulls, and I don't want to dive too deep into this because I will put you to sleep. The liquidity stuff is very important. It's Vault Router is what it's really behind. Liquidity is really how the coin can function, how the 10% functions, how the distribution channels functions. It is very important. So there's trade surveillance, there's treasury ops, there's fee configurations, there's all this stuff that's built into the super admin side that, again, not one person can change. It takes 3 people, and these are key shards. So like if anybody in this call knows crypto, when you have a regular wallet, you have a key. Imagine a key broken up into 6 pieces, 7 pieces, 8 pieces, and nobody knows what the other pieces are except you know your piece, that's it. So this has all been using key shards. So it takes everybody. Think about those movies where you see those guys putting in 3 keys into machines and then turning at the same time, same thing. It's just with crypto.
Perfect.
So a few other little tiny areas I'll touch on real quick so I don't drag everybody through this, but some of the stuff that was really important here was getting into donations. I know that was incredibly important to Amanda and John, and donations are always fun. Donations are amazing, but coming from the US, I see where donations don't go, right? We have so many crooked politicians that they'll run up with a donation for XYZ and then 3% goes to that company. You know, what is it? Red Cross, I think only 9% of total donations actually go to the people that need it. The rest is split amongst everybody else. Well, not anymore. This is actually going to give full transparency. So when a user comes in, they can see the donations inside their portal. They can see what's moving. They can donate tokens to it. They can check the health of that particular donation. They can check photos and proof to be able to see where it's going. And most importantly, and I like this one because it is the most transparent thing in the world, is fund tracking. So you can see the funds actually move to that particular group's bank account.
Perfect.
The partners, and then once part of the metrics that we built into here is for when these people receive the money, They need to upload proof. They need to show what they're doing. They need to show the impact if they ever want to come back into the system again to ask for more money. If you don't show proof, you're not getting more money. You're blocked out. So everybody gets to see it. Not only you guys, but the consumers, everybody that owns Infinity tokens gets to see it. Full transparency. You guys have some really cool stuff in the background that I'll show you later. That really makes that area sing. So a few other small little areas. I mean, the analytics and reporting system that's in the back of this is bananas. And I mean bananas. Amanda and John and the entire team can see stuff that I'm not even sure if some of the larger exchanges can see anymore.
Wow.
It's nuts. And then a communication tool, they can broadcast all the way out to all users. You guys can actually communicate back and forth. It's all built into the system. So the key here is going to be this, and Marvin touched on it earlier too, is right now you have two separate websites. Because of compliance reasons, because the UK and the rest of the world are on two different ends of the stick. So moving forward, starting on the 15th, if you live in the UK, you don't have to go to a separate domain. It's going to be able to pick up your geolocation and it's going to show you the UK side. You're going to get in and it's going to be property driven. So that's how the UK functions. It's property driven. It's very well documented on there for compliance reasons of why it's done that way. Then the rest of the world is gated. When they come in, they have a different front-facing site. But everybody operates the same through the user portal. It's just that front side. So it's all geo-synced. Obviously, if somebody has a VPN, it'll throw it off. Can't fix that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's turned into something much more than what it was. And that tends to happen quite a bit when we get into something this big. It has its baseline scope, and then we see it for what it can really be. And that's really where our relationship has come in handy over the last couple of years, is because we kind of feed off of that with each other. I know John and I do very well when it comes to building stuff.
Yes.
It's really, I think it's very impactful for what this is for everybody that wants to come on board, for the communities you guys are building. I can see it, and it's not every day I get excited. I like software. I love technology. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing what I do. But it's not every day that I get excited to actually see what something can do in the real world. I don't get attached to projects, but this one is very unique. I mean, very unique. So, and I'll leave it with that because I don't want to put everybody to sleep with the technology drool, but I believe you guys have seen it. I've been dropping modules like crazy over to Amanda the last couple of days.
Love
Marvin
it.
got to see some of it this morning.
Beautiful.
We're going through so the portals for the users, we're putting training manuals in each one of them. That's what's taking so long right now, is QA, as they're QAing it, they're creating the manuals at the same time. So a little
That's right.
chaotic, but there won't be any questions of what you can do, what you can't do. And then if you still get stuck, ask the AI. I'll tell you
Exactly.
where to go.
I mean, my initial take on this, the token is even more, for those who understand what I mean, a bit more spiritual than even just business, because for you to keep a community together, you need your own finance. That's the spirit behind the community. We decide what happens with our money, our finances that are coming in. We vote together, as Steve said. We all vote on things. So it's not just like myself and Amanda's token, and then you guys kind of on for a ride. It's yours too. It's what forms the backbone of the community, or any community project that we're doing. It's very, very important, guys. I have to keep on saying this. I don't want to sound like a salesperson, but I'm telling you, it's very important to get that token. Yeah, at the pre-sale prices. Yeah, obviously, you don't want to overstretch yourself. Buy what you can afford. But the point is, if you can afford something and you're not in yet, please don't play with this. This is what you've been asking for. A platform where not only can you, obviously, the value of the token goes up by 10% utility value each and every month, but you have so much mechanisms in there to sell things yourself. If you got a few old items in your wardrobe, pre-loved goods that you wore maybe once, you can now get them out, put them on this platform, start selling them and actually getting tokens for it. Now, the good thing with the tokens, other than other platforms, is that if you sell it on somewhere else, you just get the money and it stays as the money. But with ours, you're getting tokens, which obviously, it goes up by 10% utility value each month. So the longer you get it, by selling something to somebody and hold it, is the more it will keep on going up. It's actually, it's working for you. It's not just in there in your account. That account is working for you. And like I said, that's what it should be about. But most importantly, any community that's serious about dominating and building thousands of houses across the world, you'd be dumbassed if you didn't have your own monetary source. It would be ridiculous. What would be the point? You can't ride this on a old fiat system. What do you want the government in every single thing that we do, in the respect of them controlling, the currencies, because we're using their currency? We need our own. So it gives us a degree of freedom. And obviously blockchain brings this possibility for us, so we shouldn't ignore that. And with someone as awesome as Stephen behind this, giving his thumbs up to it, I think that should be more than enough for someone to say, a reasonable amount to buy off this is like £1,000 worth. Don't play with it. I know many people have got £1,000 in their account, keep it as a sort of like a little back money that they don't spend all the time. But I'm just saying, coming at something decent so you can see something decent return, because it's not going backwards. But it starts at 20, it's going up and up and up. So therefore, we're looking at a token going up in value, as well as giving you 10%, obviously, utility value every month. There's nothing else you can do that really beats that. And it gives you a platform, whether you're entrepreneur or just someone who just wants to sell your new or used items. Do you know what I mean? To make some extra money as well. It's giving everything. And then obviously, if you're someone that's an event promoter, as many of us in the black community is, that, yeah? Or someone who is. Look, this is a way where they can sell a portion of their tickets on this platform, but what they're getting from the tickets price is going up in value, in that respect, utility value, for as long as they hold it. You can't beat that scenario. This is the best platform in the world. Otherwise, I'll be doing something else. That's what
well, John, and I'd like to add just two points that you just brought up. One of the brainchild, I don't know if you've seen it, because I know you guys have been bounced between airports, on the new site, is we actually put on there a calculator that shows you how everything works. You can put it in, shows you the growth over time. It's just a completely different design than what you guys are used to seeing right now on the pre-sale, but it actually shows that. And one of the other areas that we need to look at too is, we really didn't calculate the fact that you were going to buy 100 million or get 100 million acres. You said, right? Was it 100 million? How many acres?
No, square meters.
600 square meters. Okay.
6 square meters.
Okay. So
no, that. Let me update you with that, Steve. Yeah. This is quite exciting. So remember, we just come up from Ghana. So now we have one piece of land. I'll tell everybody on the platform after Stephen's gone. I just want to give him the basics. In the Volta region, that's 36 square miles, and we can use that. Obviously, a large portion of that, they want to keep a portion for growing food, but we've got a large portion they want to give over that for our projects, collaboration in that respect. And the King in Asin Manso is talking about giving us anything between 50 to 100 acres of land as well. So that's kind of where we are at the moment.
And can get us access to much more land than that as well, in other regions also, and introduce us to other kings in other regions to get more land as well. It's serious. We're looking at an island as well. So there's just so much going on. I mean, when you consider in England, Milton Keynes is, I think, 6 miles square. Yeah. And we've been offered the run of 36 miles square. It's serious.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is that level of, so the token is engineered when we first created it to be able to be based off of land value, property value, home values being included into it. And that's the scale. So one of the things that users, any of you guys are going to see, I think Marvin might have actually seen it today, is the scale of release for each one of these, what tier has to be hit for each one of those to go up to that next margin. Obviously 25 is the entry point on October 15th, but then it goes up based upon what gets put into the box. I think you're going to be getting pretty damn close to that next box. So let's take a look at it. I'm still trying to figure out the AI behind that piece. That way there is no second guessing. There is no, okay, is that math right based upon that amount of land, that property? but I'm working on a formula to be able to put in there so you can put exactly what you have, and it will tell you the estimate for the actual package at that time.
Beautiful.
That's the one.
I need a little longer to think on that one though.
Yes,
Love
of
it.
course.
I love that, Stephen. That is absolutely amazing. So that means that people will be able to track, you know, how much.
Transparency, yeah, 100%. There's no guessing. There's no, hey, my token was worth 25. Nope, now it's worth 3,000. No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because that's right.
Right. It's got to be quantifiable.
That's
So in the increments that you guys have is perfect, right? There's no crazy increments. It always goes up, I think, by fives until you get into phase 4 development. And that means that everything is completely almost built. Then it can go, the sky's the limit. But until then, it's gradual and it's step-based. And that's important. That's really important because you guys aren't pulling numbers out of the sky.
Yes.
The other, and I'll leave you one last piece too, the smart contract and everything I'm saying, I hand up on the air on this, everything I'm saying can be validated. And I encourage everybody to go validate it. This liquidity pool is locked. Nobody can touch it. There's no keys that can touch it. There's no sharding of anybody that can touch it. It can't be touched. So it's locked. It's got a 2-year timer on it, and then it opens up if you guys decide you want to go public. If not, it locks again for another 2 years. So, and then when it does unlock, I believe it's 5 key shards in order to even unlock it, to move it. So there's a lot of procedures that are put in place to be able to protect asset holders, and that's what makes this different. By any stretch of the imagination. And then also when you're looking at the limited amount of tokens that you guys created, I think it's 20 million.
Right.
I don't think there's any more, if memory serves.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So that train ends, right? And we can see with Bitcoin now, that train's back. The train is nearing the end and people are scrambling like crazy.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
remember, obviously, we've got 1 million reserved there as well, so not all of that will be out
Right.
in the market either.
It's a good
That's right.
it's a good thing, guys. It's an ecosystem. It's a whole entire ecosystem. There are
Very unique.
so many different streams of revenue here that you can all take part in. There's so many facets to this token. It isn't just your ordinary token, and the fact that it goes up by 10% utility value each month means that it's valuable in other ways. As we said. If you accept Infinity tokens as payment for any product or service, you don't just get what the price you're charging of. If you just hold on to those tokens, you'll be selling one product over and over and over and over again, getting residuals from it. That's just an amazing.
It's like you put in
every month.
It's like you're putting an ordinary garment or something in your house, just something, into a pot that helps you to grow value. I don't want to, obviously, I'm going to keep compliant in the way I say things, but you know, things are going up as opposed to just staying stagnant. If you sell something for just cash,
It gives you more buying
and
power.
that's what we're saying.
Yeah, it gives the fact if you accept the tokens as part payment, you
That's
might want to
As we
need to
do with the
replenish
property.
the stock, so you take part
Right.
in cash and then the rest in Infinity tokens, and literally just watch your spending power grow by 10% each month, because our aim is to have products that you all kind of need. So you're all buying from each other back and forward. That's the place we want to get to.
It's
make
not just that. I mean, the final element of that, Amanda, I mean, is the liquidity pool is dominated by users. So the more that everybody interacts with the platform, and I love that design, because you guys are not going out seeking liquidity pools, going to the open market and just dropping the price to gain liquidity. Everything is driven by user functionality, and it's amazing, because that means your communities are that strong that you can count on that type of reaction. And so far, it's been that. So it's been interesting to watch.
Fantastic.
Very.
Excellent. Oh, thank you so much, Stephen. Really do appreciate you spending all this time on the call with us this evening. Really
That's
do.
okay. I knew it was going to be a long one on this one, because there was just some different elements to it. And when I talked to Marvin earlier, it was very clear that the different iterations that we've had of what this was going to be versus what it is now needed to be broadcasted, because it's not fair that you guys have 7 days before the price goes up, but I don't think anybody really knew the depth of what this was.
Yeah.
So now they do.
Yeah,
Excellent.
definitely.
Fantastic,
Like that.
Stephen. So, guys, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Yeah. You heard it yourself tonight that this is a supersonic platform, guys. It isn't your ordinary. And in true Horizon style, it's the sort of platform where you can actually win. We like us to win and everybody else that we're working with to win, including you. And you can definitely do that on this platform where it comes to properties, renting out your properties once they're ready. All of this furnishing your home, it's all beneficial being done with the Infinity token. And for us to say that we're going to accept Infinity tokens as, the payment on the balance of a home and stuff, must say to you that we have 1,000% trust behind what we're doing, because who gives away tens of thousands?
And obviously used on the development as well, in shops and stores. Right. So if you do have a business on the development, you can collect in utilities, obviously, Infinity tokens for those payments as part payment or full payments, up to you. But the more you collect, obviously, the power of what we've just described. So it gives you an opportunity to collect and also to give out, when you're purchasing things yourself, which many of those things will probably come at a discount price as well. So like I said, if you're looking to realistically go to Africa, as many of our projects are in, and thrive out there, seriously, we're going to do that with the cedi or the what's the other currencies? The lassies. Yeah. Come on, we have to have our own currency, guys. Something that beats the market's natural inflation. Something that has a chance to keep your finances in check. Yeah, so that's what we need, and as we use it as a community, how powerful more would that be, rather than just us getting together like maybe like a church community that does something on a Sunday, but there's no real financial power behind the community as they come together on something particular, and which obviously in this case is the Infinity token. So please. Don't play with
the platform is actually really good for Africa as well as the continent itself. Yeah. As we know, that the wage points is very much lower than it is in a lot of places, and these people are selling products at a very low rate just to get by. But if we could roll out a system, a plan where they can accept Infinity tokens for these things that they're selling, well, as we said, 10% UVI each month, it starts giving them bigger spending power, which can then elevate their businesses. So we can take street sellers and turn them into proper businesses if they accept Infinity token. It's got so many different benefits. This platform and the token is just unreal.
And the more they collect, the more things we'll be coming up with ourselves as Horizon as well. Obviously, that you can spend those tokens on as well, not just the platform. There'll be other things, other opportunities that we can. It'll be advertised through the platform, but I'm talking about outside what we have already. There's other things we're going to be introducing into there, namely, obviously, the Horizon Investors Lounge, which I know a lot of you have been waiting for. Where we actually collaborate with certain companies and obviously get certain shares from them, so we can oversee what they're doing, and obviously from there share that investment opportunity with yourselves. So therefore you're diversing your financial portfolio basically, and making sure that you have a lot of tentacles everywhere, which is what's needed nowadays. You don't know what's going to happen in the world. Everyone can guess till kingdom come, but realistically, the only thing that's going to keep you safe is by keeping your finances safe, right? No matter what happens, you'll have a better, maybe time in that time zone of whatever happens. Even if the world went dystopian, if you had something that you can get hold of that can, sort of help you during those times financially. So it's very important that, not knowing what's going to happen, years from now. Donald Trump said, he's a wild candidate. You don't know what he's going to come with and what someone's going to reverse when they come back in, So it's just really just to kind of make sure that you're steady. It's not about just having a house. When you got a house and you go live there, what are you going to do? You need to go out, you need to go to the restaurants, you need to go to cinema, you need to, interact with people, you need to buy a car or motorbike or whatever, you need to do constant shopping, all those things have to be factored in. How do you sustain that without 3-4 years later having to go back to the West? You want to stay out there, right? So that's for those of you that do. For those that just want to come and go, great, no problem. You can take the apartment or the house, rent it out, and now you can actually ask whoever's rented it from you to pay in Infinity tokens. Once again, you're collecting tokens that way, and increasing what you will normally get just from standard rental as a, be a, whatever they,
Yeah,
yeah.
hold on to the tokens
And that's built into the marketplace too, John, by the way.
yeah.
Perfect.
The vacation rentals are already built into it.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And many of you guys know as well that we have got Verizon Travel. We haven't activated it fully yet, but we want to make sure we had it there. So when we do activate it, people can say, okay, we've been in that market X amount of time. Yeah. So that's why we had it there like that. But we're going to start activating things like that. Basically, you can actually, you start using your Infinity tokens for travel, and other things we want to do. Many other things. And we spoke to you all already about, as time goes on, a few years from now, we're looking at purchasing cruise liners. And we showed you how you don't have to have millions to do it. You just need a deposit and then basically a good customer base that's going to use that service. And that basically pays for your cruise liner, So obviously we've gone into that already. So we don't want to just be a standard community. Here's some houses, guys, and here's some shops where you can spend your money and a few places to go. We want to be like taking you internationally. I want to see you on those cruise lines. I want to see you on any islands that we get. I want to know that you can live life. That's what it's about. This has never been about money, but what we need, the vehicle of finances to come into this. And obviously the Verizon Infinity token is to me, the best thing that's happened for this community in that respect. I can see a lot more visions, from that.
Yeah, what we have plans, guys, is second to none, really. In the Gambia, where we're building Arena Views. I mean, let me just go back. Arena Views in itself is very unique, and we've had people contact us to franchise the idea.
Right.
I mean, watching concerts from your apartment balcony hasn't been done, and it sounds like it should have been done, but normally they're like hotel rooms that are in the vicinity, but it's not purposely built for you to actually be able to enjoy live shows and concerts.
And think about it, man. Not to cut you, I'll let you go on. But we went to Neotech, as I told you all, in the Gambia. They're the biggest apartment builders out there. They've obviously shown us their apartments. Many people have bought their apartments. They sell out even before they put a stick in the ground half the time. So and when we went to them with the concept of what we're doing, not only did they say we can build their apartments, they want to joint venture with us. This is what I'm saying. Everyone on this top end here is seeing the benefits. I'm just hoping that we're skillful enough to filter it down to you guys in layman's terms, if that's what's needed, to kind of let you guys understand that this isn't something that's going to go away. This is here to stay. Sorry to cut you in.
I can't remember what I was going to say now.
I won't do that to that. Always. I'm sure it will come back.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. So Arena Views in itself is a very unique concept. And then wrapping that around other entertainment, bowling, roller skating, all of these things that in the West we take for granted. It's just a normal thing that you do. But in Gambia, there is no bowling. There's no bowling. There's no roller skating place. And so these things will be the first. And then when you put it in the area that we're putting it next to, which is Taft City, the biggest house builder in the Gambia, all of these things start to come together. So we have the villas and it's become a small town. It sounds really tricky to do, but when we have mechanisms like the tokens and the properties and all of these things, they all come together.
Our POS system, our merchant services, our accounts.
That's right.
You're going to be using MasterCards. Obviously, all these things gives credibility. And it creates credibility. We have many aspects of making funds come in. Something goes weak on one end, you can pull it from another end. You don't know what's going to go weak. I mean, look at the pandemic. Who knew that was going to happen? Some of our entertainment venues may be weak one day, something like that happens again. But look how much other systems we've got in place to keep that going. That's how you build this structure.
And what we're actually doing in the Gambia is building the next Senegambia. What we're building is going to be better than Senegambia. People will go to Gambia and want to come to SIFO because obviously Senegambia is old, it's tired, it's been there for long, and there isn't actually much to do apart from eat or drink or, you do a little shisha or whatever it is, but there is no entertainment.
Or explore the ladies of the night.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
Or the men of the night.
Or the men of the night, yes. What they call it, Granny, what do they call them, Gravians? What do they call them, Mervin? Just your... They go after these old grannies.
Well, there's a document they call it Granbia rather than Gambia.
Oh yeah, Granbia.
All the old ladies going after them.
Okay.
All these men.
Okay. So I thought we had
Oh
that.
my. So, hey, real quick on that note, I am gonna go. I just
Of
want to
course.
say bye. Poor
Okay,
Marvin.
Stephen. Excellent, excellent. No, we really thank you for your time, Stephen. And you gave a bit more today than any other time as well. So I appreciate that, my friend. And no doubt I'll be reaching out to you tomorrow anyway. So I'm going to have to.
Yeah, let's catch up tomorrow. We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Hey,
No
thank you,
problem.
everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Have a great evening.
Okay.
Excellent. So that was Mr. Stephen Foster giving you guys a real good technologically advanced rundown of what the token is.
You see how we explain things. When we start explaining it out, I keep it simple. That's why. because it's not easy to obviously catch everything that he's saying if you haven't been listening to him.
And that was layman's terms
Yeah,
for him.
for him,
Seriously,
yeah,
he can go
he toned it
real
down.
technical. So so now you guys kind of understand the power of what we're building here. It isn't your ordinary. Stephen has created a lot of tokens for a lot of different companies, and he hasn't seen one like this. No one's come to it, and that's why he's throwing so much tech behind it, because he absolutely believes in it and loves what we're doing with it. It's a basic stick it to the man. That's what this token is.
I think many people just look on the other side of things of how some people outside the community may be thinking why they haven't engaged is because they've lost on something else, maybe in 2020 or 2021, where a lot of these platforms were crashing out, and they're likening us to that kind of thing. What we're really about, the heart of what we're about really, is to build communities, not just in Africa, but in different parts of the world as well. Well, Africa's a good place to start. Yeah, because obviously we are Black ourselves, and we know a lot of communities that would love to move back there. So why not start there? Later on, we can concentrate on other nations, other countries. But if you really think about it, everyone that comes and says, "Yeah, we can just put some money together and build these houses," they haven't got a clue what they're talking about. It's a lot more intricate than that. It's much more intricate than that. It's not about just putting money together. It's putting minds together first of all. That's what it is. The minds. That's more important than the money. And then basically having your own financial systems in place to weather any storm. Do you think we're really going to go to Africa as a whole community of thousands of people, land in diaspora, and not cause any waves? I mean, seriously? Of course we're going to cause waves. We're going to get people that love us being there, maybe those ones that gets the jobs and so forth and everything and gets involved. Then you're going to get ones outside, that's going to be going, hey, should these guys even have this kind of land? And fight against it even if they can. So you have to be ready, for this. It's like you're an individual going somewhere. Imagine if all of a sudden you saw, well, you see in the UK, like the Muslims in certain Muslim communities, taking over certain areas in the UK, and people don't like it. I'm not saying it's a right or wrong thing. I'm not getting into that. I'm just talking about people's natures. They don't like when the whole thing changes. It feels like you're changing them. You're changing their areas, changing their culture, changing this, changing the things that they appreciate. They might have a holy tree or a holy site that we don't see in the same way they see, certain things, a way of doing things that we don't do in the way that they would do it as customs. So that causes friction. Yeah, so you have to make sure that you're in with the right councils, you have enough finances to pay your way through a particular issue if you're having it out there. It's not just about putting money together. You're talking about players that these guys are hard players. We're talking about politicians here, guys. Come on. Really think about what we're saying here. Yeah, we have to weather that. So when you see little me and Amanda just doing our thing and coming over and saying, okay, yeah, we've done this today, there's a lot of work that goes behind that stuff. A lot of checking, background checking for who we're dealing with. First of all, making sure they don't have the kind of enemies that we may need as friends later on. This is some James Bond stuff that goes on here. I'll put it blatantly. We do our research properly. But the point is that it's done properly for everyone here to be safe, that they will have their properties and it could be handed down to their loved ones when they sadly depart from this earth and so forth. If enough to put some rickety thing together, you've all heard the stories, people running back after losing 50 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand, million, and they run back to the West because they're not doing this.
You see, the thing about it is that what you have here, guys, is very unique. The size projects we're speaking about doing, we went to see the King yesterday, as we said, in Asim Manso, and we told him the idea, and he was just bowled away.
It's not just him
When
sitting in the room. We're talking about his whole council
everybody was
around
there.
him.
It was they asked questions. They, and we really explained to them the vision, and they absolutely just love what we want to do there. They understand that it's going to elevate not just Asimansa but Ghana is a plan that we have there. It's what you guys have here is not just some Black people that got up and said, you know what, let's build properties in Africa. That's not what you have here, guys. You have got people that have been checked out by MasterCard, by Visa, by the FCA, by banks. And we've passed with flying colors to the point where 8 banks want to work with us. Yeah, so you have people here. Too much times in our community, a lot of us come up with, these bright ideas, which is, don't get me wrong, I don't knock anybody who's got an idea, especially if it's viable, and people get behind it and it works. That's absolutely great. But you do get the odd ones that come up with these bright ideas and don't execute things, and then money goes missing and this goes missing and that happens, and before you know it, the whole thing, whatever they were trying to do, collapses, and then that's another thing for Black people not to trust each other over. So, but what you have here are not just your ordinary Black people that just got up and said, you know what, let's just build in Africa. We can do this. Let's, kumbaya, let's build our little round mud huts and we'll all live great and grow our own food. That's not what you have here. We are on another level. I'm not going to say a high level, a better level or whatever, just on another level when it comes to what needs to be done in our community. And when I say our community, I'm not just talking about Black people. I'm talking about anybody that is thinking that, hey, I don't like the direction that this world is going in right now, and I would love to make another life somewhere else where things are just going to be great. That's what I'm talking about. And so you have here 2 people who have been checked out by just about everybody. Our ideas are solid. Our ideas help us and help you. It's always a 2-way street with what we come up with. Whatever we come up with, we want to be fair. We want you guys to benefit. And any business we do, that's how we conduct our business. So this isn't some fancy thing that we've just started doing. This is how we always do business. And so you have a very unique couple sitting before you, and not saying that, they're bankers and it. No, it's just John and Amanda who have great ideas. As far as I'm concerned, their ideas are great, and all they need is participation, which makes it even better. But that's who you have in front of you. You have people who don't stop. Once they start something, we do not stop. We get it done, we get it finished, we get it up and running, we get it working. And the bigger it is, obviously, you're going to come across forces, you're going to come across things that, that are out of your control that you have to deal with. But you're sitting with 2 people that will deal with it.
Exactly. Happily.
There's always a solution.
Happily.
Always a solution. And so we will find that solution and then keep it going. So sometimes you might see us say, this is how the project's going and this is what it is. And then we might make a change. And we've made that change, believe me, for a good reason. And you will all benefit in the long run, even though it might seem at this moment in time, oh my gosh, I've got to pay a bit extra. Oh my gosh, and it really isn't a bit extra when we actually spent what's tell you how it all works. We always give it back to you in some way, shape or form. And in the long run, it gets us to the end goal of having, properties up and running, creating these communities that will grow, that will flourish, and we'll be pioneers of a new way of, getting properties, moving to Africa as a community. We're not talking about, normally you see maybe 10, 20, maximum 100 people in a little community and they go back. And it is the safest way to go back to Africa, which is why we've done that. But you're going as a much bigger community that will grow, which means eventually we'll have influence in the places that you're choosing to go to, because it isn't all, you know, sweetness and light when you go to Africa. You really do have to have your wits about you. You really do. And yeah, it will swallow you up if you don't. And that's happened to many people. Gone there, lost everything, and had to end up back in the West. So this is why we're going as a community to combat things like that. So we're doing all the hard work out there to pave the way, to make it easier for you to be able to make that transition if it's what you want to do. And if you don't, we're flexible. You get your home and you rent it out and make a passive income where you are. So it empowers where you are, makes where you are a bit of a better place as well. So that's what it's all about, guys. It's everything we're doing here, everything concerning Verizon, Ebony Villas, Elixir Heights, Arena Views, any of those programs, our merchant services, people always benefit, and they are all pioneering. I mean, our merchant services, business signs up through our program. Any profits we make, we share back with that business 27%. It hasn't been done anywhere in the world.
I think the most
unique.
I think the most important thing to say is that you're at the beginning. You're at the beginning of Verizon. Think about it, guys. You know, any you go check it out yourself. Go at any stock market. Look at any company out there that's on that stock market, and go back and trace how long they took to become the company they are. It takes a bit of time because it's a corporate company. It's not a fly-by-night thing. It takes time. Facebook, everybody, Apple, all the other platforms that we know and respect now and use daily, Twitter, all of them. It takes time for them to get the teeth really into the market. And changes are always done along the way to make the product better because new solutions have come out, or we may have to avoid a certain pitfall. So we go around it in a certain way. Maybe a new law gets changed and it causes a pitfall for us. So we have to go around it in a certain way, which is obviously what we talk about with the tokens, where you have two different sign-up sites, was something for the UK and something for the rest of the world. These are the things that we do as a day job. So don't worry about that. All you should be worrying about is, have you got the patience and the trust to obviously stay on board, for the time duration it takes. I think one of our agents, Miss Sai, she always says that, give John and Amanda the time they need to do what they're doing. It's not like it's not being done. It's all been done. We told you we're going to Zacchaeus, Dubai, to register all our companies. That has been done. We've checked the box. You can see the companies that were registered there. Fantastic. Now we're paying a lot less tax. Yeah. And obviously no personal tax as well. Now we can also show all of you how to set up a company there. I know there's one or two of you waiting for me to give a reply back. So I will be doing that pretty much after this call, actually. So now that's Dubai. That could be under your belt with some guidance of how to get out there, get some of these tax-free breaks and so forth, especially if you've got an online business. Then now we said to you that we're going to be going to Ghana afterwards to secure land. We haven't just secured, one, it's two, and this is free. Come on, guys, there's a pattern here, yeah? In other words, we're achieving what we said we're going to do. Yeah, you can't just go and talk to a king with his council and talk nonsense. You've got to have some factual basis around what you're doing. So, and then now, obviously, we told you that there's certain things we want to do in the UK here. And trust you me, one of them is very, very big, something very big I'm trying to work on at the moment. So, and then obviously when we go back to Gambia, which is the future, what we're doing now, obviously that will be, so I know you're tired there, that will be now rainy season kind of done or finishing. So now we can start building that show home. Yeah. So when you see the show, and by that time as well, hopefully the counts will be out, the IBANs will be out. And those two things coming together will give people a lot more confidence to come in. We know this.
The token platform will be out.
The token platform, everything, yeah. So then people start tracking how much their utility value is going up each month. That's going to give people a lot of confidence. So when they come in, they will, the deals will get less and less. Obviously we can't give great deals to everybody. So we'll get less and less as we go along. So the time is now to come in on things like this. Don't play with it.
Because when we do come up with new things, you guys will be the first people to hear about it. So you'll always be early. You will always be early in the projects and products that Verizon puts out, which means, as we said, the early bird catches the worm. When you invest in anything early, you normally gain, especially if they blow up and get to the place where they should be.
I hate watching worms getting eaten, so I say the early worm misses. Avoids the bird. the worm got to be earlier than the bird.
Early bird always the
Yeah,
best.
the early
I love
bird.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's where we're about, guys. So yeah, we've given you a bit of a rundown. So this week, well, the past 12 days we've been in Ghana, and as John said, we've secured two different sets of lands. Both given to us by free. They're not selling the land. That's not what the vision is. One of the 36 by 36 kilometers. His dad's vision before he inherited this land was that he build a city, a smart city, and that's what he's carrying through.
And he's such a nice guy.
He's a beautiful man. Been in the military, you know, lived in France, and you know, very worldly man. And we sat down with him and his family, and we had coconut water and his daughter and his wife, and they took us on a walk around the land. And he explained his vision, and it is literally what we're doing. So it is there was the synchronicities there were absolutely fantastic. There's a match made in heaven, and as we said, that he is himself a very nice man.
So not only are we inviting you, obviously it's a community. Let's go and have something out there. Like I said, it doesn't have to be something permanent. You might not be able to shake the relationships that you've got in the UK. Right now, you have to go back and forth, but at least you have a holiday home, and when you're not using it, you're renting it out. Yeah, and so that's comes with all kinds of benefits, obviously. So not only are we inviting you to that, he's inviting you as well. You know, these are people that say, "Come, we can do this." Not everyone is disingenuous out there, and that's what contracts are for as well. You know, very important. No matter how genuine someone comes across to us, we have to back it up with the relevant legal paperwork. So that's what's happening. So Arena Views, obviously, the show home will be able to start being built when we get back to Gambia. We're leaving on the 30th, guys. So we will be have a day where we can meet with everyone. If you guys want to come and see us in person, yeah, and hope you do. And I'm not quite sure where yet, but we'll put it out there. And so like I said, you had an update for what's happening with the IBANs. What's happening with the Horizon Infinity tokens?
Get your tokens now, guys, because the pre-sale is almost over. I think it's like Friday-ish or so, where it kind of gets a lockdown for the new platform to open up on the 15th, where your tokens will actually be available. Yeah. So if you haven't got your Infinity tokens and you want to get started, I suggest that you do it very quickly. Indeed.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger was saying, the PPI adverts, do it now. So the guys remember that advert anyway. So we kind of covered everything there. Obviously, there probably will be questions. I don't mind taking just a few hands, guys, but we really need to get some rest as well. Yeah, very, very. We've been up for more than 24 hours now. So yeah, so if we can stop at Ali Mac, it'll be a hard stop, guys. Sorry, don't think I'm being horrible if I don't go past her. I just need to get a bit of rest. We literally just come off the plane. So okay. So if you want, Mr. Cadet, and
yeah, absolutely. Guys, thanks for joining us. Like I said, I know you've been traveling, literally, you haven't slept for 24 hours, so it's important that you do get your rest. So thanks for joining. It's well appreciated by all of us. So yeah. So guys, if you got your questions, I don't see Abdul's name, but yeah, if you got questions on what you heard today, feel free to raise your hand. I think John mentioned we're stopping after 4 or 5 hands. But guys, remember, tomorrow's meeting becomes even more important. Myself and Steph are up to date with what's happening. So if you've got more detailed questions on all the programs, how to get involved, how to buy tokens. Last 2 days, I've had so many calls with people, one-to-ones with how to buy tokens. So we can do it live on the meeting tomorrow, share screens and show you how simple it really is to acquire those tokens, both if you're UK or anywhere in the world. All right, I'll waste no time. Steph, do you want to grab the hands? And I'll grab some...
So like I said, we have to stop at Ali Mac. I know Insta can see you straight after her. I saw your message. I didn't have a chance to reply to you as yet, but I will probably reply to you in an hour or so. All right, Insta. But I'm going to stop at Ali Mac. I kind of feel, as you can see, I feel a bit tired right now.
Yeah, stop at Ali Mac. Yeah, Insta, Bradley, Russell, they're well communicated. They can send me an email, join my call tomorrow. So
we'll be calling Russell tomorrow as well.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
We've just been crossing a few times.
Russell's chasing you for talking.
All right.
All right, Steph, over to you.
Okay. First hand that was up is Wanda. Wanda, would you like to unmute and ask a question?
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hi,
Wanda.
how you doing?
Thank you guys for everything you do.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you.
I just wanted to let our community know, I don't think some people actually know what you guys are going through and what you're doing. Because I had a phone call from somebody last week that represented some of the community members. And the question was, like, what do you think on how Verizon is going, you know, to change from where it started to where it is now? And my response was, we are so effing lucky to have those two people. They pivot on a dime. For if it doesn't work this way, they go to next. And you know what? That's not easy. That's not easy. And there is no business that starts out, writes a plan, and this is how it goes. No business, right? Never. And what you guys are doing for us is phenomenal. Like, people just don't know because they haven't been there, okay? But as I explained, these two people don't have to do this. These two people could take what money they have and go and retire and walk away. They're not. And they have never even thought to do that. This is not their vision. This is not their goal. Their goal is what they told us, and whatever they got to do to get there, like the path is going to be different to get there, not from fault of their own, but that's how the world works. That's how business works. But I can guarantee you that they're going to get there. And everybody that's with them will be taken care of.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
So I just wanted to let you know that. And, you know, and I told them too, I said, if you want to, you know, get on a call with just your group of people, I'll do that for you. It's not an issue. And so she said, well, I never looked at it that way. I said, no, why would you? You never had experience in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there we go. I just had to let you guys know that I appreciate you guys so much that, you know, I know what you're doing. I know. And whoever wants to talk to me about it, I will tell them. Like, not everybody has the mental capacity and the physical to go through days and nights, 24 hours a day, flying from here to there to everywhere to get what your guys are doing. Not many people have that. You guys are awesome.
We really
thanks,
appreciate that,
Wanda.
Wanda.
Really do appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you.
It's exactly as you
Love
say.
you guys. What?
Okay,
Love you too.
Take care.
That.
Take
You
care.
too. That was speak soon.
Thank you, Wanda.
I mean, as Wanda just said there, you know, just imagine the swan's feet under the water paddling past, the top's just gliding. You've seen the gliding, but trust you, it takes a lot of planning, a lot of infrastructural work, verbal and physical, to get things run and collaborate with the right people. You know, you can get something done. If you've done it, you do it to the right people, it can soon unravel. So it has to be done properly. It has, no matter what happens, I'd rather someone say, this has been delayed, than we rush and do certain things, and then it collapses or has too much faults when it happens. Just like I said, with the banking system, we started off with one program that went across the world. When one thing happened, it affected all of them. We can't make that same mistake again. I wouldn't call it a mistake. It was very stable at the time we've done it. But the point is, with hindsight looking back, had we separated it all, we may not have, had to, adjust too much. So that's lesson learned. So as we're going along, we have to make sure that we don't repeat certain things that could weaken us, and that's who we are. You know, as she said, we spend a dime. We can come with a business idea tomorrow, and next week it's in the market, fully marketed.
And we've done
You know,
that
and
on many occasions.
you know, so yeah, that's kind of who we are.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Wanda. I really do appreciate that. Really do. And we appreciate all of you guys that can see the vision, because that's very difficult to do also. That takes skill, that takes courage, that takes trust. And so thank you. And that's why John and myself, we try to be as transparent as we can. We go way overboard. The information we give you guys, no bank gives you.
I mean, even the conversation we just had with Steve, that's a board level conversation.
Literally.
We shouldn't be even doing that,
When
but
you
we do
guys
that
are
so you
privy
can
to it.
see exactly who we're working with and how much knowledge he has.
Yeah, I mean, he's serious. This is a serious dude. And so yeah, you're working with as honest people here in this industry that we're in.
And most importantly, vision.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
because
And the ability to execute those visions.
I mean, anyone who's gone to Africa, you must know, you know, you don't have to guess. You must know the kind of people we're speaking to, and to even get to this level where people are just not even with one meeting. It's not like 2 or 3 meetings. This is one meeting. Here's land, guys. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously they understand. So it's time that everybody here understands well that not only just get on board, but it's important to tell others, especially before the 31st of October. That's it. That's the cutoff date for Elixir Heights and Ebony Villas. As you know, we extended it, you know, because people kept on asking us to. We've done it, but we can't keep it open. And the only reason I've done that because I know rainy season won't really finish until like the end of October. So I said, okay, let's go to the end of October. But that's where we have to call it a day. Anything else sold after that is going to be sold to the general market at proper prices. We'll give a discount by using the Infinity token, but in general, it's sold at proper prices. You're talking hundreds of thousands. You will really kick yourself at that point. And if we do a project like Ebony Villas again, as you know, to try it again, it won't be until we get to our chartered banking license, and that's obviously 2 to 3 years from here. Yeah, so then we may try it again. Because the audience may be big enough, there may be obviously a lot more years under our belt that people can trust, a lot more products and services that they can trust, and we'll try it again then. But for now, you know, those who miss out on that, you know, it's just going to kick themselves seriously, because we have the lab, we have the capacity, we have the financial, you know, capability of doing it, and not being funny, we're not stupid. You know, we don't fall into certain traps that many do. Yes, the market is dictated to us. You know, you can't know what the FCA is going to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we always adjust very quickly, as quick as we can. And like I said, we're a year behind. A year behind is nothing when you talk about corporate entity. Corporate entities can go 2, 3, 4, 5 years behind. You've seen it many times. Many times you've all seen it many times.
There was one company that was producing 3D printers, and they'd done a crowdfunding on a platform, and they sold hundreds of these things, and the crowdfunding went more than what they wanted, and people were supposed to, what they were basically doing was pre-ordering the 3D printer, and they were supposed to get their printers within sort of 3 months or so. Over 3 years it took to get these printers to these people, because every time a prototype came out, there was something wrong. It wouldn't do what it was supposed to be doing. Eventually they did get their printers, and that is now the #1 3D printing company. So sometimes you see delays and you see things not quite going how they said it should go and all the rest of that sort of jazz. But all of those things are just eliminating all the things that are run one by one. So you get to the point where you've got a functioning system that works in the market. Because remember, this sector that we're in is constantly moving. So once we get to that point, guys, you know that you've got a solid platform in your hand that will just run.
It's like I was saying to someone today. Sorry, Heather, I'm coming straight to you in a moment. I was saying to someone today. Brief conversation when I got here, when my friend, some person was in the house that I was talking to, and he was asking us certain things, and I said to him, "Look, let me ask you this question." And I said, "Because when I asked myself this question, no one asked me. I asked myself. I knew how I felt, yeah, and I'll ask you all the same question. It's like if I said to you, follow me on this journey, and in 40 years from now, 30 years from now, you'll be in the exact same situation that you're in now. Would you follow me? Of course not. Yes, if we were younger, let's just go back. Let's say 20 years ago, I say, yeah, follow me on this 30-year journey. And at the end of it, you'll be living as you are now, the kind of finances you got now. Would you follow me? Of course not. That's what you all done with the jobs that you was with. It's not your employer. Your employer is your partner. You're bringing the labor, he's paying you cash. That's a partnership, not an employer. And for 30, 40 years, many of you, 20, 30, 40 years later, you're in a situation still where you think, I can do with some more finances. Think about that. We're not talking about 30, 40 years here. We're talking 2, 3 years kind of timelines, and you'll be fine. So sometimes people, when they're going to do things for themselves, or with a friend, they go, I'll give it a year or two, and it doesn't work, they run off. I've got to go do something else. But when you see your employer, the job you're in, you stay. That's still a partnership. And he's not giving you anything near what probably your other friend was promising you, being delivered or not. It was a greater hope of getting what you really want. The job is not. And many of us just stay there, sat there. I've watched them. I've got many friends that I've watched when I was entrepreneurial in my 20s. They were all saying to us, no, I'd rather get a job. Why do you just get a job? It's much more secure. They're all,
I'm getting each month.
yeah, they're all facts now.
Yeah.
Semi-retirement, sacked, lost their jobs ages ago, many of them lost their houses because the workforce is always looking for younger people. Especially when they're going to cut, they cut from the top. That's the most expense. They might keep a few, but generally they cut from the top. You've seen all the movies in America, surely about that. So if that's the case, that was your partner, wasn't your employer. What we're saying to you, partner with us. And I bet you ain't waiting no 30, 40 years for anything. We're talking a 2, 3 year wait here. And where we stand here now, some of you will actually get your villas within a year here, And but generally to build a whole development, you're talking a 5 to 10 year plan, but you'll be seeing it build all stages by stages by stages. But you'll all should be in, that's on this community now, the ones that have applied from now, within a year or two. There's no reason why you shouldn't be. Building this, I was talking to someone yesterday in a restaurant, so I'm trying to go on, but you guys have to really understand what we're talking about here. I'm saying to this person in the restaurant, what's the earnings that they earn in Ghana? He said to me, in Gambia, we would pay someone like £1 an hour. He said, what? He said, that's too high. I said, that's too high. He said, yeah. He said, I said, what did they get out here? Anything between 1,500 to 2,500, cedis per month.
Well, we asked about a particular, like a security guard. And a lot of the time how that works is there's normally a broker in between that gets the security guard the job with the company, and then the broker takes a percentage of whatever their monthly wage is. And it is normally around 50%. So if that security guard was going to get paid 1,200, which is the average, 1,200, which is the equivalent of about £75 a month, then the broker takes more or less 50%. So the security guard will only see about 800 cedis a month, half the money. So about £30 a month.
It's crazy.
And you're working some serious hours, guys. These people don't do 9 to 5.
So on one hand, it sounds really sad, doesn't it? But look what our community is doing to use that. We're using them to build our property. Yeah, we're going to pay them a bit more than what they're used to. But the point is that when it's done, these same people would have the maintenance jobs, the different types of jobs to keep on building more. We're not going to stop building, are we? They'll always be building. Then if they keep on going on, then we can start rewarding them with their own houses and apartments and so forth, or their own businesses. This is what I'm saying. It has its benefits to keep that cost low. We can build mountains out in Africa when you talk about wages that low. I mean, that's ridiculously low. That's it.
Because your workforce is much bigger.
So the chances of Ebony Villas, Lexington Heights working is, as far as I'm concerned, 100%. Everyone that's applied will get their property. Yeah. And I think anyone that's thinking of pulling out, I really think you should just hang on until that first show home is built. Seriously, because you don't want to kick yourself, not on this one. Because once you're out, you're out. There's no coming back in. That's the community. We're supposed to be supporting each other. have to rely on people when they come in, they stay in.
Going to happen.
Otherwise we're not strong.
100%. I mean, even the second piece of land we went to look at in Ghana, the guy that owns the land is well connected. I mean, so we're getting paperwork pushed through quicker, you know, making sure that it gets pushed through, all of these kind of things. So it's about a lot of the time in these places is making the right connection. So you really do need to speak to the correct people. And it's not the people with titles necessarily, it's just the correct people.
Right.
Yeah, so whether they've got a title or not, they just need to be right, which is really good. And so that the people that are involved can really make sure that these projects happen as quickly as possible, because this isn't just about you guys wanting to return to the continent. It's about the people on the continent really wanting this to happen as quickly as possible also, because it obviously is going to boost the economy in their direct area. So they're in a hurry for it to happen as well. So yeah, really, really good place we're in, guys.
Of course.
Really good place.
And it's got more than enough land to build on. Anyway.
Okay, let's go to Heather. Thanks for waiting.
Okay, thank you for that fantastic endorsement, Wanda. Up next, we have Heather. Would you like to unmute and ask a question? Hello? You're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Heather?
Okay.
We'll come back to you.
You might need to.
Ali Mack, would you like to unmute?
Okay, can you hear me?
We sure can.
Great,
Yes, we can.
great. I just want to say, just thank you so much, John and Amanda. You worked tirelessly hard. You must be really exhausted now, but I've been with you from the beginning and I'm there all the way until the end. So thank you very much. I just want to firstly say that.
Oh, thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you.
Okay, right. So I'll be quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to clarify a few things. So I've gone on to the website AV membership. So this is now a new website for the UK, and this is where we purchase our tokens. Yeah.
That's correct.
That's correct.
You want to get Mr. Cadet? Because he handles the sign-up classes, so he'll explain it a little bit
Yeah,
more.
sure.
Yeah.
Ali, quickly,
That's
Ali, whereabouts are you based? Where do you reside?
UK.
So like you said, yeah, avmembership.com is the site you need to go to. And again, if you need hands-on, direction, myself and Steph will have a call tomorrow, 8:30.
Yeah.
You can join us and we'll walk through that process.
Okay, I'll probably be all right, but I'll see how I
Okay.
go. But my next question was, you said something about you've got until Friday. I heard something like that because it's going live on the next Wednesday. Does that mean the price goes up? I wasn't quite clear about
Yes.
that one.
That's correct. It will. When the platform goes live on Wednesday, the token price will be £25 each.
Right. Okay. So I need to act quickly.
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
Everyone does.
And it
All
keeps
right.
on going up thereafter. That's the
That's
whole
right.
point.
Yeah.
But
So
it never have the downward
Yeah.
curve.
So the thing with the token is it's not only just go through price of the tokens go up when we hit certain milestones, and as you heard Stephen say, that's triggered by actions that then link to the smart contract and then releases a new batch of tokens, and every time it does that, the tokens are at a higher price. So it's going up in utility value each month, but the tokens themselves go up in price each month, which means that your utility value goes, the 10% is a bigger bigger value.
Right.
Okay. So Stephen also said something about if you've got a VPN, it's going to mess up something.
Yes. So what we've done because remember we said there's different compliance in the UK and then opposed to, America, Canada and everywhere else. So what will happen is we're going to give you the new link when we're ready to release the platform. And when you click that link, it will recognize where you're located. So if you're in the UK, it will recognize that you're in the UK and it will send you to one website. And if you're anywhere outside of that, it will send you to another website. So that each website is compliant for your location. Now, if you've got a VPN on, obviously it can't determine what your geolocation is. So if you are on the call, guys, and you are going to be joining the platform, please don't have the VPN switched on while you visit the site, because it won't work how it should do. All right.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Right, okay. So the next quick question is that also the email that was sent
Yes.
from Stephen about the Verizon cards. I'm on the dashboard now. So am I right in thinking this is not the new bank, but this is the new way to get your money off from the old card system?
Correct. So this is the way for you to get your because the system that we had where we were trying to make it so that you didn't need to register again, but with the systems that our old partner bank have, that's not working out. So what we've had to do, guys, is what we were trying to avoid you doing is you need to re-register, and then once you do that, it will create an account, and then our old partner bank will link those two accounts together so you can then move the funds. Okay, so yeah, you do need to go through the registration process to
Okay, so do I need to open the new bank account before I do this, or does it not matter?
When you say the new bank account,
what you're doing, you're sending your funds to wherever you want to send it at the moment. So if you've got an existing account somewhere, you're sending it there. We just want to make sure people get everything off before
right
across. You can always, when our obviously the banking system comes out, which will be shortly afterwards, you can move money back in. But we just want to make sure everybody gets their finances off.
Right. Okay. I'll get that now. All right. That was it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali, and thanks for supporting us.
And thanks for those kind words. Definitely, we love when people recognise the effort it takes. It really does take effort, guys. It's not just one company building this; it's multiples at the same time. So, but luckily, we extremely enjoy what we do. So we don't really see the energy. We just see it as fun. We're in the playground. We're happy.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Thank you, Ali. Have a great evening.
I still got a slight runny nose from the air conditioning on the plane. Yeah.
They spray that stuff as well, guys. So
let's try Heather again. Heather, would you like to?
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bless you. Thank you, family. Thank you both for being on the call and you're traveling and everything. So I got an email this week and it was about Elixir Heights, and I'm still outstanding. I did join the Thursday call a couple of weeks ago, and it was to go over. I'd bought tokens back at the end of August because I thought I don't want to miss a deadline. Let me buy the tokens, but it seems to have, the process to buy the tokens seems to have been changed, so it's a bit simpler now.
Yes.
But when I bought them, I had to go through these steps on the Bitcoin, and the steps that I followed didn't allow me to transfer or register with Verizon that I'd bought these tokens. So they're still sat in limbo with Bitcoin. And I really want to get them to shift them across. And I was told on the last Thursday call, send an email. I've sent an email. I sent another email. What's the best way to fix that money of mine that's in limbo? I really want to make sure I don't miss out on the coin.
Where did you send the email?
Right. So where did you send the email to? Because if there's
where did you send the email to?
Support Verizon. I was told to send it to support@Verizon.
Right, okay.
VerizonX.com, and I sent it there.
Right. Okay. So what's happened is that's been sent to an email that I monitor, because it normally, if someone's going there, it means that I need to get involved at a higher level of the tech system. So, and I've been traveling, so I do apologize.
Okay, that's all right. I just don't want to miss out on the tokens.
No, you won't. So what we'll do is I'll be going through, catching up with some emails, and we'll get you answered. All right. We'll
okay. All right. As long as I want to make sure I miss out, because there's the money I've put there, and then I would also, you're telling me there's a deadline that's coming up next week. Once that bit's sorted out, where the money I've already put in, I'd rather put in more and get more tokens before the next before they shift again.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, no problem.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for waiting. We do appreciate that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Heather.
Okay, so that's it. We're gonna take our leave, guys.
That's a wrap.
I know Interstar, sorry, and Russell. There's two people I want to get to tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
I'm back in Solby tonight. Sorry, Fatima, we really need to, or Fatina.
Yeah, Fatina, yeah.
We need to we need to come off that at the moment now. We just come to play. We haven't even had anything to eat yet. So really apologize for that, guys. We try to do as best we can this week. Just to kind of stay on, but no doubt we'll be in shape next week. We're thinking I just want to get hold of you, Mr. Gadet, to talk about if we're doing the call tomorrow with the community leaders. Yes, so I think we still are. So any of you that's on the call that join our community profit sharing program as a community leader, we are having a special call for you tomorrow as well, because obviously the cards are imminent now coming out. So I want to make sure you will understand, the process of what we're going to be doing. So if you do know a community leader, if you're not one yourself, please notify them that the call will be out tomorrow. So the link will be on the Verizon site.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So VerizonLTD.com, and
we'll push it out by newsletter.
Yeah. So that will be at 6:30 UK time, and then Mr. Cadet's call with Steph will be at 8:30. So we've got a 2 hours window chat there. So yeah, anyone that's community leader or know of someone that's joined the program, please do tell them. All right.
Excellent. So thank you, Mr. Cadet. Thanks,
No
Steph. They'll run through, for those of you that are new and want to hear a little bit more about the property programs or the tokens, they'll run through in a little bit more detail for the rest of this evening. And then they might take any more questions that you may have. And then tomorrow, Mr. Cadet and our lovely Stephanie literally have their call where they can help you walk you through the process and answer any questions that you have. Okay, so thank you all. We do appreciate it. Oh, before I go, actually, I'll just share our screen really quickly. Sorry, let me just set it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just go.
There you go. Good one.
Right, okay, I'm just going to share our screen.
So this picture we're showing you as well is with the, well, let me see, actually. And not sparing it.
Okay.
Can you guys,
there we go.
Can you guys see that? Oh, that's my passport there.
So
I'd put straight my new passport picture. Yeah. So this is obviously with the king. You see me there. I look quite stylish, didn't I, that day? Great. So you, how lovely you look. So what you see me holding is like a flag kind of thing, and basically that's very high honor, very high gift.
With a shield on it. And what you see me holding in my hand, we hang that in the car. And anytime we go into Asin, any of the villages, and they see that in the car, no one's allowed to trouble us because we're like part of the royal family, which is pretty cool.
And the king himself in the middle.
That's the king in the middle. And that's just a small amount of the council that was there. It was lots of them in the room,
but you can see them going around the edge.
Yeah.
It was like a semicircle.
Yeah. So that was us yesterday. Long journey to get there and to get back, but it was worth it. A lot of culture, a lot of tradition, which was really cool. So yeah, it was an experience.
Some of the officials they got here, like this chap here, Nick. He will. I was surprised when he said his name was Nick. Actually, I was going to speak some long African.
He did give us African name. He goes, but you can call me Nick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Nick is easy. Yeah.
It's like Nick. Okay.
And, but yeah, he'd be helping us a lot, especially with the what they call the park that they've got there, ancestral.
Yes. So yeah, when you go to the
Amanda explained the vision to them. I'm gonna let her do it because I don't want to take no glory for that.
Okay.
And this to me, it just rocked the room. I mean, it was just so lovely. Obviously, I knew what it was, but the way she put it across was so nice.
Yeah.
And they really loved it. So I'll let you hear it for yourself.
So, we've had an idea for a while, called a walk of the ancestors. Asin Manso is just the perfect place to do this. It was one of the largest slave ports where slaves left by, or they would take their last baths there and then they'd ship them off to the coast, Cape Coast, and then ship them out as part of the transatlantic slave trade. And when you go to this place, there is an absolute vibe. It's a different kind of feeling. I should have showed you the video of us standing in the water where they take their well, it's the second bath, and then you go down, and then they take their last bath, and then they're moved on. And so second to last bath, I should say. And so it's an amazing place, but you've got tour guides just telling you the story. Now, our idea is a holographic experience where you not only hear the story, but you will see the ancestors taking that walk, taking the bath, the whole 9 yards. You get to walk with them. So it's a different type of experience because you'll have a visual, and they absolutely loved it. Asimanso is a very historical place. A lot happened there, but a lot of people still don't know about it. They aren't aware of it. Even some people in Ghana don't really know the region, and so it needs that exposure, and they need help with that. So they absolutely love that, and that's what we're looking forward to doing. I can't wait to see that happen.
So what will happen in factual is that we'll take a picture of an old ancestor, or maybe someone who was a slave or so forth, make a holographic representation of them, so at night time they can actually be able to walk with these holographic characters in the park itself. And you know, and as technology gets better and better, we're using AI technology, you can even converse with them, you know, as time goes on. And I think it keeps them there. When I said to the king, I said, it will be you one day that we'll be doing a holographic representation of, you know, and you laughed at. So it keeps them alive, you know, and yeah, it was just a good vision to share. Yeah, and it's quite cost effective to do. That's the main thing. Very cost effective. So you walk along, you see an ancestor pop up out of the ground, and you start conversing with them. They're very, very unique. So I think that will improve the park to no end. I think many people want to actually experience the nighttime there as well as the daytime now, because they want to see those holographic characters. So forth. We're proposing as well putting like an eatery nearby in the park as well. Well, not in there, but just outside of it. And hopefully that will be enough to get people, you know, more tourists coming out to the area. Asimanso, so there's a lot I want to talk to you guys about that region as well, for those of you on Everyday with Dyslexia Heights, but we'll do that next week. That can all wait till next week, so we'll give you a proper explanation of what we're going to be doing there, and the timelines of what we're doing, and what we're doing in the Volta region as well. All right.
Yeah.
So, but for now,
I should just briefly say, guys, that there's a very big myth, you know, that Africa is poor, and you know the people are poor. And we stood in that water where they take the second to last bath, and it was glistening, guys, and not because the sun was hitting the water. Yes, I have. I might just send you. Just let me share.
We have to share this picture because when they said to people like my mother, yeah, come to England. England's paved with gold, you know. Quite true. But now, when you're standing in the riverbed and you've got gold dust around your feet, you know, you're in the era where it's paved with gold. Let's see if we can get that up for you.
I want to show you something, guys. Yeah, we say Africa is poor. We're in this river, and I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the sparkles? That is gold in the water, guys. Actually gold. Here's one of my hands. Can you see it sparkling? Gold. Gold rings. And Africa's poor, and I'm just standing in the river, and the sand is sparkling with gold. Yeah, pure gold dust. There we go.
So
says it all. Absolutely says it all, guys. Africa is the place to be. It's the most resource-rich place on the planet. You're standing in a stream, and it is literally sparkling. And that was just a small amount. I mean, sometimes people find nuggets of gold there and all sorts. It's literally.
Well, you can imagine if they excavated the area, what would happen if it's coming up into the river? But obviously that's the ancestral river. Where, like Amanda said, people took their last baths, you know, before they were shipped on into the slave trade, never to return. So obviously no one wants to disrespect that river in that way, but you can see the kind of resources. There's gold everywhere, guys. It's just crazy.
Amazing.
But for now, guys, we're going to once again go, leave you in the capable hands of Mr. Murphy and Stephanie B there.
Oh, we appreciate you both so much. Thank you. Thank you to all of you for sitting with us this time, and we will leave you in their capable hands.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Have a great evening,
Yes.
everybody.
Get some rest, guys.
Bye.
Speak soon.
Be
All
there.
right. Bye-bye. Brilliant. So guys, like I said, there are some details that surround the projects you didn't hear about, but for me, you heard what was real. They've just, they're still traveling, just returned to the UK after not really resting. Again, Ghana was very successful, so projects in Ghana can take off now that they've actually, found the land and got the documents signed as well. But more importantly, created the right links. Yeah, links and relationships that are going to foster some good communities all around the world. What I'll do, I'll take these free hands, then I'll close the meeting, and something else I've got to do as well. But Steph and I will be here tomorrow. But let's take these free hands, and then we'll close the meeting. All right.
Did you say 3 hands?
So, yeah, just a free. Yeah, I got somewhere to go actually now. So we'll do it tomorrow again. So we don't want to be here and then there tomorrow as well. By all means, send an email. But
Okay, let's go
and then
for
we can
Laura.
close.
Would you like to unmute and ask your question or make your comment?
Hi, yeah, thank you. Just mine is a quick one. I'm not going to be able to make the meeting tomorrow. I purchased my token. I'm in the UK. I need to send an email.
Yes.
Where am I sending the email to again? Receipt at something.
So
Receipts.
Yeah, receipts.
Receipts
At Verizon.
At
Yeah.
At Verizon X.
at Verizon X.
Yeah, let's put it.
.com.
Let's put it in the chat. So
Okay, yeah, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I'll just forward my email now.
Brilliant. Thanks for your quick question. Yeah, at
All right, thank you.
You
Verizon.com.
fast fingering, Merv?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, I won't bother then.
Oh, but spell receipts correct. Yeah, I beat you.
Yeah, that's
Go
why.
ahead.
That's why I stopped typing. Okay, let's take Rosalind. Hi, Rosalind. Would you like to unmute?
Good evening. In reference to the card, I'm US based, and from my understanding, the US can't do anything right now. Yes or no?
No one can, Rosalind, but no. The answer is no.
Okay. So you US people that are in the chat, when we ask questions, make it very clear that US based. We're not bothering anybody. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. So US, even if you have money on the old card, you can't create the new card, right? You wouldn't be able to register for the new card because it's not available for the US yet. It's only available for the UK.
So
Yes
let
or
me answer
no?
that a bit better. So remember, the current program is the current card is a Visa card. So the process they're sort of rolling out right now from TFSF is just a process to actually say, right, guys, we've got an established Visa platform. While we're transitioning, we're saying to take out funds from your current Visa card platform, put it on an external exchange. Let's say it was Kraken, for example, and basically leave it there. And basically, then if you're someone that hasn't got an account, it will just stay there. When you actually get access to your new card platform, you can then move it back yourself, manually. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's all I have to say for the US.
Okay. Brilliant. Okay.
Thanks, Rosalind. Right. Last and finally not least, Fatina, would you like to unmute?
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I sent an email in before and I never got a response. So I'm just wondering if I've sent it to, so it's like customer service. I think it was just a general inquiry because I registered and then I paid, but my registration hadn't gone through and I haven't had anything back. So shall I just email customer service again?
Yeah, but Fatina, what did you register for?
This is the thing. I think it was Ebony Villas. But I wanted to talk to somebody because I haven't been able to come on for quite a while. I've been quite busy.
Right.
The other thing I'm really concerned about is I wanted to buy some tokens, but I'm actually in Ghana at the moment, but I'm from UK.
Okay.
So when I log in, the tokens are going to come up saying that I'm in Ghana, but I actually live in the UK.
Oh no, not to worry. So first things first, just confirm that it was Ebony Villas you applied for. Just look at your receipts, and then once you confirm it is Ebony Villas, you'll have, as part of the application process, you actually get a confirmation email sent back to you with all your details registering. So do go back. Maybe do a search for Tina. Just type in the subject title, just search for Horizon, and there'll be an application that you would have got back if you completed it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Because yeah, I'll look at it again. I'll look at it again from today until tomorrow. And I'll come on tomorrow. And as for buying the tokens, then what's the best way to do that then?
Yeah, the key thing is, because you reside in the UK, that's the key point. All your credentials, driver's license, passport will reflect UK details. So if you're in the world, just register. You're a UK person. You don't have to be sort of sitting in your UK property.
Listening to the VPN thing. And it's a shame that I missed the meeting last week, because I really wanted to, because I'm here in Ghana at the moment, so I'm looking around, and I really wanted to look at where, but I think now I know where it is. But that's really funny. They've left and I'm still here, and I never got to bump into them.
Yeah, good. Are you enjoying it?
It's very refreshing to hear the acknowledgement of the, I wouldn't say problems, but the issues and the new relationships what are being formed, that they're aware of it. I've been here about 10 days, so I would imagine I'm only just warming up, because I was quite exhausted when I arrived. But I'm going to look around. I'm going past, where am I going? I haven't quite gone to the Gold Coast yet, like Cape Coast, but I'm sort of heading down that way. I am along that road.
Okay, when are you back in the UK?
24th, I think.
Oh, that's a Friday, isn't it? Okay, all right. Just for our darks. All right, no worries. Fatina, definitely go for the tokens. You can just go ahead and purchase it. But yeah, don't join our call tomorrow.
And the card thing, because I haven't got the card yet. Is that available now? The app isn't working.
No one has yet. So again, it's still in process. You know, Stephen came on earlier. Our tech partner leads, just describing that they're getting our IBANs integrated. So he's doing his part. It's in his bucket to do, basically. So remember, it's a platform launch first, and then once people can have the platform, so you can transact, direct debits, etc., then the actual physical cards will follow after that.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get updates from Stephen every week when they come on. So no one's got it, but it's coming to the UK first, shortly followed by the US.
Yeah, I just missed so much. I've just been in another world for like about a month, that I was just like, I haven't completed anything. So I made a payment a few days ago.
Okay.
But I'll do that. I'll do some homework, and then I'll be a little bit more prepared for tomorrow.
No worries. And have fun in Ghana.
I'm going to try. I'm the roads, man. The roads.
Yeah, I know. It'll get better.
It will.
Better.
Okay. I'll let you all go. You're probably all tired.
Brilliant. Yeah, I got someone to jump out to. No worries.
Okay.
Thank you.
No worries.
Brilliant. Okay. So guys, myself and Steph are on tomorrow. That's 8:30 London time, just to help you get, a better overview of the products, both property and the software as well. So join us tomorrow on the 8:30 call. We'll try and get through a lot of people. It's great to know people leave that call better informed and know where they are with the whole process. And we will definitely walk through the token process, because, we're getting a lot of calls about getting tokens. And I think it's a good move. Look at the website. Make it, sorry?
Membership
for the
UK.
The tokens. Oh yeah, that's getting technical. Yeah, for
No,
the tokens, we buy
it's just
membership.
trying to get people in the right language.
Yeah, but we're buying tokens, but there's a route for the UK, and there's a route for the non-UK residents. So we'll cover those tomorrow, and Steph will cover the memberships tomorrow as well. All right, guys, thanks for attending. Again, there will be another Horizon update Wednesday coming, the 15th. And if you're based in the UK, John and Amanda, they're going to hold a sort of Horizon group get together. So we'll announce that date very soon as well. So thanks again for joining. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see some tomorrow, but if not, we'll see you next Wednesday. It's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from him.
night.
Take care, everyone. Have
Take
a
care,
great
Rice.
evening. Bye.
See you, Steph. Take care.
Bye.